While searching through the Atlantic, I was able to find a couple of articles that definitely grabbed my eye, but the one thing that I wanted to look into more and get more information about is actually the Oklahoma fire. Now, I know wildfires have been happening like in California, Texas, and well, until recently now, I learned about the Oklahoma fire. So, what I've learned is that Oklahoma has had its third mega fire in 3 years. And this current fire is known as the Rhea Fire. So as of April 18th, the fire had burned more than 260,000 acres since April 12th. The fires that have been occurring, these mega fires, have been 10 times larger than normal wildfires that occur in those areas. So what a megafire it's classified as a wildfire that is larger than 100,000 acres. So it's currently under an extremely critical fire weather threat with Oklahoma. So I basically just wanted to look into more with this brief overview on the Atlantic, why Oklahoma is burning so much. So, and what I learned was that the Oklahoma landscape, it's very quick to dry out in like late winter and early spring, and it has low relative humidity. So, in combination with strong winds, this is what makes it kind of a breeding ground for wildfires. So the perfect combination, so to speak, is going to be the relative humidity is going to be low or at 10%, and winds are over 40 miles per hour. So with researching, I learned that due to global trends that have been occurring with the human-produced climate change, we've seen in Oklahoma an increase in hydrologic extremes over the past few years. So, for example, from November to December of 2015, that was the state had its wettest months. And then as the warmer months came along in the beginning of 2016, the lush landscape, because of all the wet weather, dried up very quickly, making it vulnerable for fire-friendly weather. So they've been seeing more of these extremes going from having its wettest months to its driest months. And this has been happening in other states such as California and Texas as well. Another reason also that I learned with the why the wildfires were occurring as well is because of a tree called the red cedar tree. This was naturally used to be controlled back when Native Americans were actually settled in the areas. They would naturally burn the red cedar trees. However, now there's been an increase in the production of these trees, mainly just due to land ownership and management companies. They're now spread just across the lands in Oklahoma. So the increase has gotten so out of hand that actually an Oklahoma brochure said that it would take years and millions of dollars to actually get it under control. So this increase in the production of the red cedar trees, basically because the type of tree that it is, it emits a scent. But when there are these extreme wildfires, when the trees are actually dried out, it's comparable to when the trees light on fire to a fire, to the effect of a firebomb. So, these things are definitely, I had no idea that climate change, I mean, number one, it's resulted in these three, mega fires in the last 3 years in Oklahoma, that has taken out businesses, families, homes, animals, and it's uprooting. It's destroyed over 200,000 acres of land of people that that have had homes there. So it's like where do these people go when their entire lives have been burned before their eyes? So one thing I wanted to know is really why we haven't heard more about this. Maybe if it's just because of the magnitude. Apparently, in one of the articles I read, you could actually see the effects of the wildfire in space with a camera. Things that are becoming so catastrophic because of our own human-produced climate change, it's having a real impact on actually where we are here in the United States, not only other countries. And I think that with the news not reporting that, we're definitely, ignoring a climate change has already started, in our own backyard. So that's what I really wanted to look into and what the information that I found out. So thank you.